So I've been asked a lot about this hair relaxer lawsuit and an update for the uterine cancer litigation. So on January 8th, Judge Mary Rowland held a science day in the federal hair relaxer MDL. It's a multi-district litigation, a consolidation in Illinois. So what does that mean? So basically both sides got 2 hours to present, their scientific evidence about whether chemical hair relaxers would cause uterine cancer. So this is the whole purpose of Science Day. Think about almost as if everyone is getting on the same page about the science before the real legal battles would begin. Okay. So with over 11,000 cases now consolidated, this is one of the biggest MDLs, one of the biggest mass torts in the United States. So why does this even matter? You have Science Day that sets the foundation for everything that's about to follow. The judge is getting educated on the complex medical evidence before ruling on Daubert. Daubert is kind of like a causation conversation. So before ruling on Daubert motions, this is going to be what really challenges whether or not the plaintiffs, that's the good guys, are able to have their experts even testify. Okay, so there has to be some sort of evidence and proof that is presented to the judge. The judge evaluates that and figures out whether or not there's a foundation here for the plaintiffs to have their experts testify, and then the cases actually move forward. Those rulings are going to determine what cases will survive to trial. So April 1st, not April Fools, but April 1st is the deadline for defendants to file their Daubert motions. So after fact discovery wraps up in March, which is next month, the court will pick bellwether case trials probably to start around 2027. So this is definitely a marathon, not a sprint. Now, the bellwether trials are those example trials that are really taken so that instead of arguing all 11,000 cases in court, the defense picks a couple, the plaintiffs pick a couple, and the judge might pick one or two. And basically you get all these together and it is, an example of what the entire base might look like. So if you're a law firm, I really need people to understand that these women that have uterine cancer are people that need to be handled with care, right? So they're battling cancer for years. You have predominantly Black audience that has been target marketed for the hair relaxer. Now, it's not just the African American, it's not just the Black individuals. However, that's the majority of the individual women who are signed up, of those 11,000 women. And you have to be really sensitive with empathy, genuine empathy. I know we're battling this litigation, and it's really a really big thing when people are talking about whether or not this is going to be something that is going to survive into the future of giant litigation into the next 3, 4, 5 years, potentially. But in order to demystify this, I really do believe that we need to tell people about the process, inform these women that, hey, look, there's plaintiff fact sheets need to be done, medical records, all next steps. There's a lot of pieces to this puzzle and a lot of really important parts need to happen over this next coming months, especially for Daubert. So make sure you're communicating these things with empathy. These are people who are suffering with cancer, one of the most traumatic, life-changing events you could possibly go through. So be sensitive to this trauma, keep informing people, and let's make sure that we hold accountable the companies that created these products that actually had an adverse event in the lives of so many people who trusted them just look more beautiful for themselves, right? These are people who wanted to do this for them, and they trusted the wrong product and were hurt. So stay informed. Love you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen, and let's keep updating this.